My name is James Williams Jr. This is something that's been bothering me for quite some time. I'm not going to talk about the Army this time around. If you've been watching my last two videos or my last three videos, you know they were kind of emotional. I'm still emotional. I'm about to get more emotional right now. And I'm going to do my best not to break into tears as I talk about big business. What you see before you is a mutt. I am a human of multicultural descent. Both my maternal grandmothers were Native American. My great grandmother on my father's side from the Powhite Reservation, or Powhite, or however the hell you say it, her name was Ada Wallace Ford. Her daughter was Clara Bay Ford Williams. My name is James Edward Williams Jr., and I am very proud of my Cherokee heritage. And no, I am not a Lakota, and I am not in the Dakota tribe. But I respect them, and I honor them with this video. America was taken from our ancestors. Taken. You understand? Not given, taken. Because somewhere in time, Marco Polo stole gunpowder from China, brought it back to the European countries, superior firepower, superior intellect, superior weapons, and where did we wind up? On pieces of dirt that we could barely cultivate. And we had to survive on that for 1,000 years or more. My history's a little off right now because I have other things on my mind. But I gotta say this. There was a fucking treaty when you assimilated us into tribal reservations. There was a fucking treaty that the government needs to step up and honor and not let these bastards, because they have money, put a pipeline through Dakota land. You gave the Dakota that land. Well, you didn't give it to them. You kind of ordered them to stay there or be executed. Let's look at history. Let's talk history. Let's get real with this shit. Y'all want to talk shit? North ain't gave me a job yet, but North, if you're listening, back me up. These big corporations come in out of nowhere because they have money, and you think you're going to run into native land that we didn't have a choice but to have? Because the government made a treaty and all tribes had to stay on the reservation, which is why we are allowed to have tribal police, or we are allowed to have our laws followed, not by the white man law or America law. And the fact that Native Americans didn't even get American citizenship after the place was taken from us until almost like 1919, during all the slaveries and all the other stuff. And big business wants to come in and run a pipeline on land that they don't have any business touching. That's their water. That's Dakota water. You're taking everything from us. We've had to fight for the bison to come back from the brink of extinction. We have to fight for the Mustang to come back from the brink of extinction. And granted, we can't save the saber-toothed cat, or the wildebeest, or the freaking damn chinos, the deer, at the people. And you want to take the remaining freedom that Cherokees and Lakotas and every tribal nation has by cutting through their land with a pipe that you don't need to do because you have money. You think you could just like take the land and arrest Indians, excuse me, Lakota, and I apologize, and arrest Lakota people because they want to keep their land, a land that the government forced us to live on in the first place? That makes it ours. You signed the treaty, you wrote the treaty, honor the fucking treaty. Now, as a former soldier of the United States military, because once a soldier, always a soldier, I'm kind of torn in that. But as my blood is Cherokee and I'm not a Lakota, let me say that again, I'm not a Lakota, but I support the Lakota. Because maybe you guys forgot about the Wind Talker movie, Adam Beach, and they use Lakota language to keep the Germans from getting American intel and stuff. Lakota served in World War II. Some Lakotas volunteered to go and serve in Korea and in Vietnam and in fucking Afghanistan back in the 90s, that one. I'm probably saying the wrong war because I was in high school. But Lakota has served this country. Don't they deserve to catch one fucking break on their land to keep their land pure? What is wrong with you? This is one country with many nations. And these many nations have their place due to the backing of taking out Cherokee, Powhatan, Lakota, Manhattan Indians, Apache, Cheyenne. Need I name more? Because there's thousands of more that have been stuck in court on reservations this hours. It's the only thing you left us is these reservations, these lands that we could barely make maize, corn, rice, a place to barely stick enough teepees on there so that everybody can have their own home. Pueblo Indians, you've taken their shit, you've used their Pueblo houses as fucking outside museums, tour guides. Yet, they can't come back and take their land, but they had to build Pueblos into walls other places. This is some fucked up shit. So I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this very well to all you people who have money. You have no right to take the land that you forced tribal people to be on. Native Americans were here first. If we had not lost everything, thanks to you, Marco Polo. Thank you very much for stealing gunpowder from China and fucking us forever. If you didn't have superior weapons, if people would have done what my grandmother used to tell me when I was 6 about our ancestors were great swimmers. If the Cherokee Nation had swam and the Powhatan Nation and the Creek had all swam under the water and drilled holes in the boats that you came in on and sunk them, this world would be a different place. But they didn't, because the Creator told all the chiefs of all the tribes that the land belongs to everyone, and we shared it. And the knife in our back, in every tribal chief and elder and witch doctor's back, put us on reservations because we trusted the man that was not of Lakota, of Cherokee, of Apache. We basically have been getting fucked for years. And I don't want to sound racist because it ain't got nothing to do with mostly racist. This is all about money and evolution. Those who have money think they are above tribal rules and laws. Not cool. So, as a soldier, I beg my government that I'm willing to die for to step in and stop big business from taking Dakota land. Dakota's lost a whole lot. Apaches lost a whole lot. Cherokee lost a whole lot. Manhattan Indians lost fucking Manhattan. First Nation people are suffering all around the nation of America and into Canada. And people who have money have no idea what it's like to suffer. They have no idea what it's like to not be able to feed your family, to not be able to eat, to not be able to drink, to not be able to bathe in clean water. And you want to take the last bit of tribal land and run a fucking pipe through it from one place to another when you're rich enough to just import it from somewhere else. Especially all you guys who just drink the fuck out of bottled water. A newsflash for you though, I believe most of that shit's probably tap water. But we're not going to go there. That's a story for a whole nother day. So to all you rich people, you know, who are making hell for the Lakota out there, you should be ashamed of yourself. Why don't you sit down and talk with the tribe? Maybe find some kind of compromise instead of just trying to kill us off or arrest us and have them all arrested and keep them from protesting. They arrested the actress from Divergent not too long ago, from what I've seen on Facebook Live and what I've seen on YouTube. And I'm sick and tired of people with money taking out First Nations stuff without even giving a damn about the First Nations people. We were here first. Had Pocahontas not saved John Smith's ass, this place would have been a whole different ball game. No. Had Sacagawea not gotten Lewis and Clark from the East Coast to the West Coast, this thing would have been a whole different ball game. Tribal people have suffered way too long throughout history. It is time for people to stop making tribal people suffer and find another way and don't cut through Lakota land. Now again, I am not Lakota, but I stand with Lakota today as a Cherokee. Yeah, I'm not full Cherokee. I'm also black. I'm also white. I have no right to be a racist, but I have the right to do what's right. And what I'm standing for right now is right, because you don't have the right to take land that was already taken from us in the first damn place to make money that you're not going to give the people of the First Nation. So you allow First Nation people to have casinos, but you still tax them. You allow First Nation people to do certain things, but you still confide with their laws, confide with this treaty that was supposed to work for all First Nation tribes. And here you go. You're gonna let the rich people come through and fuck up our shit again. I'm James Williams Jr. To the Lakota, I'm with you. I got my war paint and I have my bow. I'm ready to shoot somebody if I need to. You guys have a nice night. This is Kung Fu Habit number 2. I'm James Williams Jr. Be seeing you.